Hello friends, enemies, and those still under review. I'm 𝐿 and welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing my makeup. We are heading out for a function and I have to do a few things. I have to be quick, but that's okay. I have to film an update video, which I'm going to do right now, because things did not work out as planned as per the last one. If you did not see the last update video, I'll link it up here somewhere, where that was about I want to say a month and a half ago. I had planned it out so nicely, but we'll get into that in a second. I'm a little nasally in this video, please excuse that. I'm currently sick and the lighting isn't that fresh, but we're working with what we have, okay? I'm going to mix these two and turn it into like a update video / makeup tutorial, so that's what we're going to do. It's changed a lot since the last video. I'll link that up here as well. But I start off with this baby skin instant pore eraser. It's like silicone based. Start with this. I just apply a very little amount because it is very potent. Ooh, where do we start off? Okay, so go back to last month. Last month, the end of June, no, 2 months ago, that we finished our mid-year exams, and I thought, we have a 3-week break right now. It's gotta be absolutely fine. I'm gonna be able to film all my videos. I can edit those that I have already filmed that are waiting to be edited. It's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. It was not fine. What ended up happening, I did not have time for that. I filmed a few videos, they're edited, which I will get into in a second, but I have videos that have been waiting since the end of February that have not been edited and aren't ready to be uploaded. And those were supposed to be the priority, supposed to be uploaded by the end of July. They were not. What ended up happening, I ended up filming and editing much newer videos because I had them with me a lot more than the older ones, because they are stored on the computer and did not have time. I spent a lot of the break doing a bunch of different things, catching up on schoolwork, and I had to study because we had winter school in which we wrote an exam, so had to do that. Went as well as expected. Just do like up here and my forehead area to cancel out their pores. Great. And now we're gonna start off with our base. What happened next? Well, my darling, I'm so glad you asked. What didn't happen next? Then school started again. Winter school started up. Horrible. Did not like it. Would not recommend it. My foundation is almost empty. It's on its last legs. If you saw the first video of me doing makeup, you would know this is the exact same foundation. Start off under my eyes when the silicone is dry, of course. But winter school started up. Hated that. Would not recommend it to anyone. It was horrible. We did not even have math because that was supposed to be the primary reason that we had in winter school, but you know, did not have that. We just had 50 billion after school classes for math. So there was that. So we had our winter school for accounting, business studies, and I think that was it. Then school, normal school, started up again, 3rd term. Wow. So this is the last term for the seniors. It was a wild ride. For once in my lifetime, I did not end up getting behind on any of the work. I was pretty up to date for the 6 weeks. During these 6 weeks, we had our senior prank day, which went as well as can be expected because our principal tried something and he basically challenged us, which wasn't very smart on his part. Like, I understand where the guy's coming from, but he also needs to understand how his senior group works, and that they did not take kindly to that. So there was a lot of more vandalism than there was like pranking. I was within the second week since school started up again. During that time I had 2 or 3 extra classes where I had to stay late after school using this Avon Serum Foundation as usual. All the products will be linked in the bio if you would like to follow along or something. And I with my beauty blender. These beauty blenders are also linked down below. I've always used the same ones, they're very good. What happened? The next few weeks we were on very strict watch by our principal because like we messed up big time apparently, but you know, it was fine. The next 3 weeks went as well as can be expected. We were counting down for the prelims at that point, which that's what this update's about. This is Saturday, the Saturday before the prelims start on Monday. I have to go out today, and then after I come back I have to study home language literature. Pray for my soul because I don't know anything that's going on there, but okay. So the preliminary exams, I will put a definition up here about what those are, but basically they are very big ugly exams that the seniors have to take. They have 3 sets of exams, the rest of the school only has 2. So we have this, we have start of the year which has tests, then we have the mid-year exams, prelims, final year exam. Usually the prelims are harder than the finals are. So my prelim timetable does not look as bad as I expected it to, but I have a very strict study schedule to get myself to do everything in time, because if you know me, you know I have never in my entire life used a study schedule. I usually just go with the flow and see how I can get things done. But with how this one was worked out, I really can't do that. So if I do poorly in these exams, I'm going to lose my acceptance at university, which I can't do because last term I already lost my scholarship at another college, but that was not as bad because I already decided that I would rather go to the university rather than the college. I'm going to go over that foundation with this one and all my patchy areas, like on my cheeks and on my forehead that just need a little bit more coverage. This one's a little bit darker and I'm very scared every time, but put a little bit on the back of the hand, very little bit because this is so watery. Like, see, and then I'm going to blend that out and go in. What I have to do is I have to study basically every day, every moment. We have double sessions, which really isn't working in our favor, but we're gonna have to find a way to make that work. I go up into my hairline, it's fine, you wash it out later. Because I'm busy with a very large project where I have recorded my entire senior year, because I know I had so many expectations for this year that weren't really realistic now that I've gone through it. But these expectations weren't exactly all my fault. They were instilled in me, in those around me, and I was basically told, don't worry, it will be this way and it's gonna be a certain way, so if you finish your 11th year you'll be fine. Yeah, well, but I really want to make like a summary of this year for the other people that are going to have their senior year in the future, so they know a little bit more of what to expect. I do have a plan for YouTube next year and all that stuff. If you want to know more about that, I talked a bit about it more in the last update video, which of course is linked somewhere. Our matric farewell is coming up, which is the South African equivalent of prom. I'm going to film all that, getting our invitations next week Monday, so hopefully we can do that. My dress is like almost finished. I have one more fitting, then it's done. I have this massive brush that I use for my concealer. Oh yes, my very bougie concealer. Don't know if you can see it, it's Fenty Beauty. I feel very bougie. So basically I am making a very large video for the years to follow, for the other gradelings. I'm a little bit more stressed about the prelims than I am about the final. The finals roster is already out, but the prelims work entirely... Oh wow, I look a little crazy. The prelims work entirely different to what we're used to, so we're gonna see. It has been explained to us in a way that I understand, so hopefully it's gonna be fine. I use this brush to just blend out my craziness. But good news, actually have videos backed up for this. Your girl had a plan this time. After it did not work out with the last exam season, I made a plan. I came in, I have a war plan, I have a game plan, I know what I'm doing this time, so kinda. I have about, I want to say, about 4 to 5 videos. After this video is uploaded, I'm going to schedule every single video to come out the Sundays following that. The last video in this series is going to be an update to my best friend tag. If you want to watch that, that's going to be up here somewhere. Now we're going to do bronzing, which I didn't do in the past. I just use the shade Ritual from this eyeshadow palette, this playbook from Avon. I've always used this. I just use this one for my bases now instead of my eyeshadow as well, but it is fine. And I used to be very scared of bronzer and contouring, but now that I've practiced a lot more, I've gotten a little bit more used to it. Forgot to do concealer on my forehead. Can't remember what I was going on about now because a bunch of people just walked into my room. Okay, so the forehead is blended. But I'm gonna do my eyeliner off camera because that takes me 45 minutes on a good day. So, just contouring the nose. The men find out where can shapeshift. They're going to tell the judge. Our end of year exams start 30 October. Excellent date, I am aware. I'm going to quickly do my eyeliner off camera and then I'm going to return. No, wait. I have to set me under eyeballs. This powder, I have always used this powder and it's on its last legs, so we're gonna make it work. I really need some new makeup before we do our end of year farewell, our prom. But definitely stay tuned to that. I don't know if I'm gonna make it its own separate video. I was planning on it, but I don't know anymore. So if you would like that to be its own separate video, please comment down below so I know if I should make it its own video or if I should just like leave it be in its big video. Don't match very well. I'm gonna quickly do my brows. Then I'm gonna move on to eyeshadow because I'm waiting for the eyeliner to dry. I use this L'Oreal Plump and Set Brow Artist little thingy-mabobby. It comes with this little spoolie. And then I'm just gonna... So, technically I am finished with my senior year syllabus. We have finished all our work. We're basically done with the year. In November I graduate, so I'm going for a little eye look, like a simple one, but that did not exactly go as planned. On to eyeshadow. So we have this fancy hat type of dealio that's going on. I'm gonna do my eyeshadow in the way that the hat looks, like the colors of the hat. I'll put a photo on the screen of the hat so you understand what I'm going with. So it's gonna look a little bit funky, I also got this new palette. I remember what Bird of Paradise, that's what it's called. I'm gonna start out with this yellow called Canary. So please excuse how I pronounce these shades. I struggle with reading these days. I don't know why, but I do. So start off with this yellow shade in the inner corner. because this hat has a few bands, and I looked at it last night and I tried to come up with like a concept in my head. I looked at some inspiration on Pinterest, but wasn't that helpful, so it's fine. It's gonna be my blending like crossover shade called Token Play. Use this color called Tweet. It looks orange on the brush. Well, it doesn't look orange. It's more of a pinkish orange, but it puts on a lot more red when you layer it. So gonna be sunset vibes on the top, twilight sparkle wine type of dealio, because this hat has many stripes. I'm gonna try and do the yellow and orange stripe at the top, and then there's like a purplish stripe at the bottom. Let's go rainbow because it has green stripes in it, but I don't know if rainbow would be a little much for like a tee. It's a fancy hat tee type of dealio thingy. My mid-year exams did not go very well. They went crooked parlay, but the roster was horribly set up. I hated the roster. It was, everything was on top of one another, and I'm just a little bit worried about the double sessions that we write, because it's usually split into 2 sessions, and then you write either first or second and then you go home. But we write double sessions where you write the morning and the afternoon, which is gonna, this is what it's looking like right now. Now I'm gonna take some of this pinkish shade that we used at the top, pack it on under here. I'm gonna very lightly use this vacay color, it's a pinkish shade, and use it to put it on top of this one, because I'm afraid. Now I'm gonna use some of this feather purplish color, this color called Adventure. I'm gonna use this shade called Take Flight. It's blue. Hopefully it doesn't look too crazy. And then Budgie. It's very light green. Going right in the inner corner. I think that's okay. This shade called Exotic. It's a sparkly shade. This corner. Don't know why I decided to go this bold when I don't have really enough time for it, but this is what I've had. Got so far. The other shadow palettes. Shiny. Ugh. Glitter shadow called Utopia. Very nice. Really got to rush, so I'm going to finish the rest off camera and then I will show you at the end.